You were all getting your jam on. Leon, that is also my favorite song too. Hi everyone, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so excited for today's community workshop and GlossGenius event. Um, if you are here for the first time, if you've never come to one of our events before, welcome. We are so excited to have you. This is like our corner of the internet, and we are about to hopefully have so much fun and also walk away feeling really good about setting goals for the rest of 2024. I see some folks are already playing around with this great feature in Livestorm called reactions. Let me get some party pom-poms, some heart eyes. If you are feeling what we are presenting today, oh, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Oh, I love it. I love it. Please. The confetti is raining. If you like something that we're saying today, and if you are resonating with it, please share so that folks can feel less alone. Maybe you want to encourage someone. We're going to give people an opportunity to join us on stage today as well. So this is not just a one-way sit down and listen. This is an interactive, fun, and honestly supportive community that is ready to get us to the next level in our businesses. So if you haven't already, please say hello in the chat. I've got a poll for us to participate in. I want to know where we're coming in from today. Do we have folks from all over the country or different parts? If you haven't submitted your vote yet, please do, just to say hello. Maybe you live in the same city as someone who's on this call. So I am so excited to get started. If you have never met me before, my name is Danny Berkowitz, and I am the community manager at GlossGenius. And what we do every month is we host opportunities for people like you who are interested in learning about super crucial, relevant business building information and tools, building blocks, whatever you want to call it, that isn't necessarily out there for pros in our industry. And so we provide an opportunity not only for you to learn, but to jam together. And so today we're going to get through some really cool learnings and tips and tricks for setting up yourself for success for the rest of the year. And we're going to have some fun. We're going to do a cool activity that I think will get your brain going. And like I said, if you've never been here before, thanks for showing up. That's the hardest part, and you've already done the first step. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Just to give you a preview of what we're gonna get out of today. This is our agenda. So we're going to hop in. I want to give everyone a chance to introduce themselves, and maybe we'll have some folks come up on stage to share why they showed up today. And then we'll do a little bit of a discussion. We want to hear from you, and sometimes that's the best way to learn, is when we hear from folks who may be going through it the same way that I am, and that's how we learn together. We'll go through also a very exciting demonstration that we have special for this audience today. We have a brand new feature on GlossGenius that's all around goal setting, and you're going to get a quick demo from our product team, specifically one of our amazing product team members who is going to join me on stage today. And you'll just gain a little education about that. Maybe you'll want to try it out. Then we'll do a little activity, and we'll end with some Q&A. But before I move on, I do want to say stick around till the end of the call, because we're going to announce a very special giveaway at the end of this session that's for people who join today, but also something to look for next week. And believe me, you want to know. So I see folks in the chat. Thanks, Eric. Hey, Shaquana. Hey, Kirsty, Brittany, Danielle. I love to see folks that I recognize from previous events. This is great. So love being a part of this community. Okay, so taking a look at why we're here today, part of the discussion around goals starts with a check-in. So let's do a check-in with ourselves right now. And honestly, I really want us to get into the nitty-gritty of what makes a great goal. So as we think about it, regardless of whether you're joining us from a bustling city salon in the middle of the metropolis, or you're at a cozy home studio and you're joining us maybe sweeping the floor, sitting down at your desk, I would love to hear, how are you currently managing your business goals? So I would love for you to share that in the chat. How are you currently managing your business goals? Hey, Kiyunya, Kirsty, thanks for saying that. Yeah, first question, honestly, how are you handling your business goals today? And if anyone wants to join the stage as well to share a little bit about why they wanted to join today's session, holler in the chat. I will pull you on stage, and then you can join with camera, with not, without, totally cool with you. Janice, thank you so much for saying that. That's exactly what the elephant in the room today is. Maybe we're not sure how to set goals. So thank you so much for sharing that and being brave and vulnerable. You're in the right place. I don't want you to feel like you're alone. Rachel, thank you so much for saying that. She says, I've been using the same tool for finance goals. Other than that, I write a lot of things down. Great point. Got to get it out of your brain somehow. Leslie says, it usually helps me writing in my planner and a due date. I guess I'm giving you a sneak peek of what we're going to discuss later, but that sounds a lot like a SMART goal to me. Shalana, I'm handling my business goals by being more organized, writing more things down, as well as goal setting. I now have a goal planner. Heck yes. And I want to get better with my budgeting. You know, my partner and I always say, shine light in the dark corners. That's something that is a value in our family. And so always being willing to look at the stuff that is hard, because that's really where the growth begins. Yeah, Janice, I completely agree. Super wonderful advice. Eric, kind of just going with the wind, but definitely needs something more stable. Thank you for saying that. I think in a majority capacity, that's how we all feel sometimes. So thank you for being honest. Honestly, Janice and Eric, this program was made for you. So sit back, relax. We're going to have a good time. I love to hear that. There's some more chats there's some more insights in the chat. Feel free to reply. I want you guys to meet each other. I saw someone threw in their Instagram earlier. This is a great community for you to have that hive mind. So, now that we know there's like a range, you could be doing nothing yet, or you could be totally on your stuff. You've got your planner, you know, you're going to Office Max, you're getting the good pens, however it works for you, what feels good in your brain. Now, I want you to share one word that represents, regardless if you're writing it down or however you're keeping track, what is one word that describes your business goals for the rest of the year? Type it in the chat. Sell retail. Great. Double the points. You get 2 words. I don't care. Make 5 figures. Oof. Growth. Thank you, Danielle. Shalana, keeping my cosmetologist license in my eyesight. Absolutely. Accomplishments, confidence, consistency, consistent clientele, accomplishments, more clients. These are all amazing words. And if you're someone who is a fan of handwriting and you have the capacity right now, or you're driving or need to, you know, you're in transit, write these down in some capacity, because someone else's words could inspire you, and you never know how one of those earworm ideas work. Kayunya, gain consistent clientele. Yes. Attracting clientele and retaining it. Retention. Kirsty, you took the words out of my mouth. Yes. So these are all really great representations of what your vision is for the next year, or for the next 6 months for the rest of the year. Now, if you're ready to set some serious goals and dive in, give me some pom-poms. Give me some confetti. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay. Wow. The crowd. It's going wild. All right, let's begin. So, as salon owners and beauty professionals, we always have goals in mind, but the real challenge lies lies in keeping those goals and in the retention, in some of the moments that we were just sharing that talk about what's in sight. What are some tangible goals amid the daily whirlwind of your business, all of the ins and outs, and staying on top of them. So it's not just setting your goals, but actually keeping yourself accountable to accomplish them. What we hear from our GlossGenius community is that setting goals and keeping them and making action happen sometimes requires a lot of manual effort. I want to look back to see who this was earlier that shared. Shalana, with your new goal planner, I imagine that that's very satisfying for your brain. But what are some ways that we can automate? What are some of the ways that we can make it so that you don't even have to think twice about what you wrote down? What we hear from other folks is that sometimes it's a super manual process, adding numbers, in an Excel or any other format is sometimes, there's a lot of room for human error. And I think that what's really important is to, like I said before, shine the light in the dark corners, face what you fear the most by claiming, I will retain more clients, or I will increase my book or increase my bookings, increase the amount of loyal clients that I have. How do you actually make that happen? So let's dive into some of the biggest challenges that you'd face. I want to invite someone to come on stage, and if you wanted to share some of your main struggles, that would be great. Or Shalana, if you want to come on stage and share, like, here's how I've been thinking about my goal planning with my planner. Here's how I do it. If anyone wants to try, please share in the please share in the chat. I love this. Rachel says, wow, I love these responses. It shows we all go through some of the same things. Absolutely. Looking at the poll, I don't know if the poll worked, but if you're, regardless of what part of the country you're from, we are probably all feeling the same way. It's that time of year. But that's why we're having this mid-year check-in, because it's really important to check in with yourself and think about ways to set and to keep these goals. Kirsty, I love this. Pressure makes diamonds. Yes, it's super important to have that diamond in the rough, those chiseled points that are a part of your key core skills. Alyssa says, I set my money goal with GlossGenius. Ooh, Alyssa, you're beating us to it. Well, I'll have to ask you to come on stage in a little bit so that we can talk about that with you. I would love to hear about your experience after we do our demo. Shalana, would you like to come on stage? I'm going to invite you. And if you don't want to, totally okay. You can decline it. It's just, I would love to hear about how you're managing your business and specifically how you set your goals. And I'll give you a second to respond with that. Otherwise, from our GlossGenius community, we often hear about the lack of accountability sometimes, uncertainty. This is all normal. As we are scaling our business in any state, it's always important to keep organization.
Hi.
Are you there?
Yes, hi. How are you?
Anna, it's so nice to meet you. Thank you so much
Nice
for
meeting
being here.
you. Yes. Well, I love the fact that you invited me on stage. So,
Of course, it would have been boring with just me. Now, tell us, where are you calling in from, and tell us a little bit about your business.
Well, I'm calling in from Apex, North Carolina.
Okay.
I am a cosmetologist, but I specialize in acrylic. I do extensions, like eyebrows, lashes. I do everything in the cosmetology field. So I try to keep up with the industry by, I work in a nail salon,
Mm-hmm.
and I also have a suite that I'm working on, like down the street.
Awesome.
But because I've been silent, I haven't told my boss what's going on. But I'm because I'm getting the vibe. Like if I tell her, I don't know how to feel about that because I've been working there for about 4 years, and sometimes I don't feel as welcome. But I
Mm.
am working on my clientele right now through Style C, Booksy app, and I saw GlossGenius, and I was also working with Hair Spa. So I really like. I'm trying to be in. I think I'm doing too much at one time.
I was gonna say, you're giving Superwoman. It's giving Superwoman
I'm not,
and superhero vibes.
because I am a mom. I am a mom of four, so I always
Oh,
have
no
so many
surprise.
different ideas. Like even if I'm making lip gloss, so I just love the beauty industry. I just try to keep my license in my eyesight, and it keeps me motivated. Even if I don't have a client, it just makes me do something, like do things different. And I gain my clientele through word of mouth because I do my own nails, and that's how I get my clients. So yes.
Ooh, you really called upon some of the biggest key aspects, which is having a vision, setting yourself a timeline, and sometimes keeping that information private is important until you're ready. You know,
Yes.
pressure makes diamonds, if you will. And
Yes.
so I am excited for you in this next endeavor. And I think after today, I would love to stay in touch with you so that we can help
Thank you, Miss
you
Danny.
achieve those goals. And sometimes what it means is less is more. And
Yes.
I really want you to think
It
about
is hard. It is very hard to be quiet because I'm excited at the same time, but everyone is not as excited for you, even though they may seem to be. It's
yeah.
like as soon as you expose the fact that you're trying to do something in the same field, they may cut you down, and I'm not afraid of it. It's just I don't want to approach that right now because I'm trying to be as positive as possible. Even if I don't have a client all day, I'm like, well, next time I'm gonna go to, I'm gonna do something different. So it's very hard because I do want to let everybody know. I've been doing this for like 16 years, but I'm very humble right now because it is a cutthroat
Oof.
industry.
Oof. First, I want to reach through the screen and give you a hug. Number two, I'm so in awe of your tenacity and grit. And for you to, number one, like, I mean, I'm not surprised now that I get to know you a little bit more, but
Hmm.
the fact that you've come on here and you've shared that vulnerability and that experience, that means a lot. And I know that the community that's on the call with us right now really appreciates that. And if you've been in this situation or if you've been in Shalana's shoes before, please show her some love. I see some love in the chat for you. Positivity is key. You know what we always say at Gloss Genius? It's community over competition,
Yes.
and that's really the end of it. And sometimes
Yes.
there's, today we're going to talk a lot about quantitative goals, um,
Okay.
things that will get you to the next level in terms of your business revenue,
Hmm.
in terms of maybe growing your team, what that sweet experience is going to look like for you. But
Right.
I think what you've touched on today is also important, which is these qualitative goals, these things that can't be represented by numbers, that positivity can't be quantified. It is really important, and it goes a long way.
Right. Yes.
Thank you
Thank
so much,
you.
Shalana.
Thank you.
I'm gonna take you off stage now, but please stick around, and
Yes.
I can't wait to hear what you think at the end.
Yes. Thank you.
Talk to you soon.
Hmm.
All right. Well, thank you so much to everyone who shared, and thanks for the love. This is what it's all about: community over competition. So, from our Gloss Genius community, these are the common hurdles, but today we're going to show you how to overcome them. So, let's talk about the goal setting process. You'll see this slide that I've kept up here. These are 3 key steps to setting and tracking your goals. I think when you're learning a new skill, it's really important to have super easy information that you can like pull out of your pocket. And so I think the 3 bullet points that I want you to leave with today in your pocket is set your goal, develop a plan, and track your progress. Say it with me. Set your goal, develop a plan, and track your progress. with these three key steps, what you're going to get to is that granularity. And when it comes to goal setting, you may have heard of this term SMART goals. This is a framework that you can think about. It's also a great pocket information that you can have. It's not something that we came up with. This is something that's globally known, and you could really impress someone next time you share your SMART goals. But when you think of what they are, it's specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. And so you can think of this as like a little checklist to go through, that when you're creating a goal for yourself, whether it's quantitative or qualitative, what are ways that you are specific, staying super specific, because you don't want to boil the ocean. You want to stay really hyper relevant and specific. You want to be able to measure where you start from and where you end up, or how you're tracking. And I think this goes back to being specific. Like, you do want it to be an achievable goal, because you want to set yourself up for success. No point in setting yourself up for failure. And when it's relevant, it also requires for it to have a time limit. So what is the framework that you're going to work in, and keep yourself accountable to that? So for example, you might want to increase your salon's revenue by 10%. That is a specific and relevant goal measured by 10%. And you want to make it happen by the end of the month. That's your achievability and your time bound. So as you're thinking about your goals today and you're setting them, make sure that the goals that you're setting are SMART. So if you take a screenshot of this, feel free. If it's something that you think that will really help you out, please do, because I think it's a really great framework, again, for you to like pull out of your pocket, constantly have on hand. And maybe it's, you're not tracking and you need to check in with yourself and shine the light in the dark corner. This is a great way for you to get back to center. Show me some love if that feels good. I would love to. Okay, cool. I just want to make sure that was relevant and that feels achievable for you guys. So next thing we're going to do is I think while the SMART framework is great for helping you identify your revenue goal, it's also easy to set it and forget it. And honestly, Shalana and anybody else who bought a planner, I can't tell you how many times I have bought a planner. Has anybody else bought 500 planners in their lifetime and written in 3 pages? Yep. Okay. Thank you. So setting it and forgetting it is a symptom not only of your common case of ADHD, but also it's just natural. Sometimes when we are building something, it's really easy to make it out of our scope. And if it is too hard, if it isn't achievable, if it isn't relevant, if you're not measuring it, then it's really hard to remember. So just as we are moving forward through these goals, it's crucial to keep an eye out and have your goals front of mind. So if this means writing it down on a Post-it and having it on the back of your phone, hey, works for some people. Or you can have a reminder on your phone to pop up. Or you can use a tool like GlossGenius that can help you make those goals come to life. So here's how that looks. I'm going to introduce one of my colleagues, Laura, to the stage from our product team. She's going to show us how you can set a revenue goal with the GlossGenius app. And we're going to show you a little demo. If you are using GlossGenius and you haven't checked this out yet, please dive in. And if you end up creating a goal on there, please screenshot it, share it. We would love to see it. It makes us so excited that this is such a helpful tool for you. But if you haven't heard of this, or if you haven't ever seen a tool like this before that kind of does it all for you, this is your chance. So Laura, welcome to the stage. I'm so excited that you're here. Let's get started on demonstrating our new goal setting tool.
Let's do it. Thank you, Danny, and hi everyone. Great to be here, and thank you also for sharing your experience. It makes me more excited to actually share this feature, seeing that some of the problems we were trying to solve for actually resonate with you guys. So Can you
Yay.
see my screen? Everything okay?
Yes,
Okay, great.
go ahead.
Cool. So when you first open the GlossGenius app, you should see the new goal section that we have here. Set a weekly sales goal, grow your income.
Hold
Should
on,
be right
Laura.
on your,
Laura,
sorry.
sorry. It's perfect, but move your mouse away once you are, um,
Gotcha.
because the title of the file shows up. Sorry. Don't mean to interrupt. Not to be a momager.
No, no, you're good. It might have to stay there for a little bit. Sorry, I'm moving it away, but it might just might stay there. Sorry. But this just means that your goals will be staying front and center, so you won't forget them. It's not on like a post-it note that you've left somewhere. And you can set your weekly revenue targets. So, for example, we said we might want to increase our sales by 10% this week. This is where you will input that goal. And if you're not sure what goal to set, I think someone mentioned earlier, I think it was Janice, that you're like struggling with how do I even pick a goal to start with, because it can be confusing. Don't worry, GlossGenius will help you by recommending personalized goal tiers. This could be easy, or you might want to go ambitious, recommended, and this will be based on your past performance and your growth potential. So I think we're going to go ahead and set an ambitious goal, like I'm sure most of you will want to do. Yeah, and then we've set our goal. And the cool thing is, once your goal is set, I'm going to pause here, you can automatically track your progress in real time. And you'll see your projected earnings here. So I've got $185 booked for the week. This will be based on my future scheduled appointments. So you can easily just make sure you're on track without having to even think about it. You don't have to go and look at it on your reports or anything. We will tell you. And your earnings will be automatically updated with every checkout. So there's really like no manual data entry needed. I think I saw some of you are, using external like tools or planners, things where you might have to take your sales numbers at the end of the week and input them into another tool or something. And it's just like another thing for you to do. But with GlossGenius, it'll all be done for you and you just don't even have to think twice about it. So it's just one thing off the to-do list. And then if you're tracking behind your goals, you can check out our recommended tips here. We have some suggestions, things that you could do to boost your revenue. So like some tangible things might be like you might want to set up a marketing strategy, something like turning on your Facebook or Instagram booking to get more clients. Might be a reminder, hey, do you want to send an SMS email campaign using our writing assistant, Genius AI? Or it could be like, let's boost your SEO, your online presence, by reminding your clients to to leave a review on your Google page after every appointment. So just some things that you can do to hit your targets. Let's go back here for 1 second. You'll also be able to see your goal history so that you can easily kind of just post check your performance over time, get a good view of like, am I hitting these every week or am I like smashing them? Maybe you time to up your targets and it'll help you just set your future goals accordingly. So let's just take a quick look at what happens when you check someone out and your goal auto updates. So here I'm checking out a client, Aaron Lewis, just the regular checkout flow. But with every single client that I check out, this is going towards my goal. Hands-free, every time I go back to my home screen and I refresh, this will now be updating into the goal that I set. So we'll see here. When I go back to the home screen and refresh, that'll have updated into my goal. This is not the biggest goal. This is just for an example's purpose, but I've hit the goal now, which is great. And GlossGenius will then notify you with a little like celebratory pop-up, giving you that moment to kind of just pause, celebrate your success. Maybe you can screenshot this. You could like share it to your social media, or you might want to like share it with your team or something. And then we might suggest, hey, do you want to set an even higher goal since you've surpassed this one this time? So in summary, it's just like a really super easy way to set your goals and track against them straight from your phone in real time. Everything totally auto updates for you. So you can just focus on your clients, growing your business, and we will take care of the rest. And I think we wanted to share just like a quick little sneak peek preview of some fun things that we'll be releasing soon that no one else knows about. So you're the first group to hear. But over the next week or so, firstly, goal setting will be available from your features tab. So you won't just have to go to the home screen. You'll be able to find it in the features tab. We'll be adding like a share button on that celebration screen so that if you've hit your goal, you can just in a single tap share it to like Instagram, Facebook, email it to your team. And then most excitingly, if there is any teams here or anyone maybe thinking about hiring staff in the future, growing your business, in a few weeks, we're going to be updating this feature. So not only can you set your own individual earnings goals, but team owners will actually be able to set a business-wide earnings goal and see how every single person in the team is contributing to that goal. So it can be like a group effort, and it's going to be great. So lots of exciting updates to come. And yeah, so excited to hear how people are interacting with the feature and using it. Before we move on, if you have any questions or anything, feel free to share in the chat or unmute and chat to us about it.
Thanks, Laura. What a fun sneak peek. And I'm so excited that this was another example of our community asking for a special tool for them to use to build their goals. And I love being able to deliver on that for our community as well. Laura, we do have a couple questions. Let's start with Rachel. And if anyone has any more, feel free to throw them in to the chat here. We'll have a time for questions later as well in case you forget. But Rachel's question, based on our goals, will the app suggest an amount for us?
So your goal will be like an earnings amount. It'll suggest what that amount should be. So let's say like that's based on all your like previous earnings. Let's say every week you're earning, you know, $100 or something. It might say, hey, we're recommending that like 120 is something achievable. Maybe $150. I'm sure this is a much higher number for you all, but $150 would be ambitious. And then if you want to just keep it easy, keep it to like what you've already been doing every week, then it'll say easy goal. So does that answer that question for you, Rachel?
I think so. And I love those. Well, I don't want to answer for Rachel. Sorry. Thank you. But also I loved the quantitative or the qualitative suggestions as well that asks you, it sort of like prompts you to ask yourself these questions, which goes back to relevant, super crucial to stay within the scope of achievability, all of that. So I'm really excited to hear that it's based on your historical information as well.
Yeah.
Any other
And
questions?
also,
Oh yeah.
if anyone does have any other suggestions, I'm curious to know, like, is there other goals that people want to set outside just like this is how much I want to earn this week or month or something? If there's any other things you're tracking against, I'll be really interested to hear about that.
I saw a couple people typing. Let's let them. Oh, client count.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really good point. Keep it coming. I see a couple people typing. This is great. I love to see your wheels are turning. Most performed treatment. For sure, especially if one of those treatments is more expensive. I'm thinking med spa, estheticians, higher amount for those services. Great.
Thank you so much. This is great to see. Even if we move on, I'll be keeping an eye on the chat. Is there a way to track returning versus new clients? Would love to see if we can use marketing emails on desktop and adding photos to them. I'd like to double my weekly income. Sorry, reading this as I go.
These are great.
But I can say that, yeah, the things people are requesting in the chat are very much on our radar, and keep an eye out because very soon I think you'll be very happy with what we're releasing.
Fabulous. Genesis, you asked a question. Do we have a plan to add a subscription tab to use Gloss and get to set up memberships for clients?
Again, probably on the future radar, but I won't give any kind of dates or anything on this call just because I'm not in a position to do that. Unfortunately, I'm on the product marketing team. But any goal setting questions, I'm your girl.
Of course. I think Kirsty, Eric, Danielle, and Genesis, keep a lookout in the next early future, because I think that you'll be excited and pleased to hear more details coming later. Not to keep you so suspensed. Awesome. Thank you. Laura, thank you so much for joining us for this demo. Stick around. We might have some more questions come in through the chat because we're going to get started on our community activity. Awesome.
That's great. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. So Now that we discussed what it looks like to set a goal, let's discuss how we're going to get there. So we're going to break into small groups based on your business type. I didn't get a chance to ask earlier if anyone was a solo, a smaller team, or a larger salon, or maybe you're a member of a larger salon, maybe you're a member of a smaller team, or you're the team owner, lead, whatever. In these breakout rooms, you'll work on a realistic weekly goal. And you can work on it on GlossGenius if you already use it. If not, pen and paper, a sticky note, as some of our friends have been saying, and writing down 1 to 3 tactics for how you're going to achieve it. So you're going to go into this group, you're going to choose the room that you want to join, whether you are a solo, a small team, or a large salon, and you're going to work on setting one goal. And within that goal, think of it like an umbrella. Underneath that goal, 1 to 3 tactics. Even one is fine. Just start baby steps, how you're going to achieve it. I'll give you some ideas of other things that you can think of just to get your brainstorm started. Upselling, seasonal promotions, having a succinct online booking platform, gift cards, special packages, social, marketing, email, text messages, hosting events, offering partnerships, co-branding partnerships with other products, other brands, other salons in your area, things like that. So thinking outside of the box, any goal will do. Let's break it down together. So when we come back, we'll use a brainstorm board for collaborative goal setting. So whatever you guys talk about in your individual rooms, we'll come back in a few minutes, and then we'll visually map out and share what everyone's ideas was, because why not share the love and the wealth? So I'll pop into each of the rooms to check in how you're doing and offer any help. Once you've identified the strategies, the volunteers in the rooms, please join me back here so that we can share your goals and strategies. So not only is this a fantastic way for us to learn together, but this might be a great way for you to get outside of your shell. And if you've been feeling stuck, as some of us do mid-year, this is a great way for you to get yourself unstuck. Okay. Yay. Alyssa, I love to hear that. Thanks for saying it. Thanks for interacting with us. I love your energy. Okay, so let's do a breakout room. I'm going to give you a chance to choose your own. Okay, team. If you were in a breakout room and it worked, I'm so glad. Some of you were saying that it wasn't working, so pulled us back right into the main room. That's totally fine. Would anyone want to share a goal that they have and that they've been working on, and maybe some of the tactics? We could just share it right here. No need to separate. And if you want to hop on stage, all you have to do is press participate or join stage, whatever it is on your end. Eric, I'm so excited that you're here. Love to see some solo SDs in the room. That's definitely a big part of our GlossGenius community, so I'm so happy that you're here for this. Awesome. If you want to type in the chat, okay, cool. Cool. Solo as well. All right, cool, Leslie. It's nice to see you. Does anyone have a goal that they'd like to share? Maybe something that they've just been noodling on, thinking about for the past couple weeks as we get into the second half of the year. Alyssa's been trying to get new clients. That's great. Let's talk to Alyssa. I'm going to invite you to the stage. Let me know if you want to join. Danielle says, increase my balayage clients. Love that. And I want to hear what you have to say about that. Hey, Alyssa.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you? It's nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too. Okay,
Thanks.
so I've been loving the goal thing. That's been really amazing because I feel like it's very flashy, and like when I reach my goal, I get like super excited, and I just feel like oh my god.
Oh my god.
It's been very cool, and I'm very happy with it. And I've been trying to get new clients because I just opened my salon suite. I specialize in like doing fades and stuff, like men and boys hair, and I've been getting really excited because it's been helping me reach my goals by having GlossGenius, and it's been such an amazing journey.
Oh my god, I'm like in tears. First of all, thank you so much for sharing that, Alyssa. I'm so excited.
Absolutely.
I'm so excited for you. Can you tell us a little bit about where you are and your business and maybe a goal that you have for the rest of the year? And like some of the tactics that you want to try.
Yeah, so I'm in northeastern Pennsylvania, so a lot of people know Scranton, but I'm in Wilkes-Barre. A lot of people know that from the office, but I've been doing men's hair now since probably almost 10 years, so I've been specializing in fades and stuff, but I've been trying to branch out, and all the services I could put on, it's so easy to do the websites. I have the gold package, it's so nice, and I just am so excited because, like I said, my goal is to get new clients, but I've been trying to utilize Google as well. And since you added Google to the, like, where it sends it to the, like, that and the appointment reminders are amazing. I love that because a lot of guys just do the day of, and it's pretty cool. So exciting.
That's a really great point, especially, depending on your clientele, what works for them.
So a lot of people could go on like the day of, and they're just like on there. And I even have clients that will book it, like they'll get the reminder that day and they'll book. So that increased revenue, which is fantastic. And I've been hitting my goals each week. So I'm like, oh, I'm so proud.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Do you mind sharing, maybe not like the number itself, but how are you thinking backwards? Like, you know what your goal is. How do you break it down by week? How do you break it down by month? Is that something that you think about? Please share your secrets with us.
I definitely think about, like, I love when I get the email reminders from GlossGenius where it's like, oh, you gained 3 new clients this week. So in that aspect of it, I think that's important because it kind of gives me that excitement to tell my client, like, refer a friend. But yeah, I definitely love it.
That's great. And do you work alone? Are you a solo?
Yeah,
okay.
Solo suite. Yeah, solo suite.
Fantastic.
And anytime anybody like asks, oh, what do you use? I'm like, GlossGenius all the way. And I'm thinking about the Pro Reader because I definitely am excited for that.
Ooh-wee. Let me tell you, that is the hottest ticket in town right now. And if anyone is looking for a seamless POS that gives you the confidence that it matches your brand, it gives you that confidence that it's a safe and assured way to take transactions, but also gives your client the reassurance as well that if you're going to take that transaction, that it's trusted. So thanks for sharing all this amazing feedback. I'm so excited to have met you.
I love coming on to these webinars, so I'm excited. Usually I'm very like introverted, so I'm like, this pushes me out of that by doing this. So I'm like, yay.
Listen, dare I say that's a goal, is to put yourself out there more, because girl, you're doing great. And honestly, I really want to encourage you to put yourself out there more, because you never know who is listening. And even if you share like, hey, starting from nowhere, here's what I learned. And if we think back on those pocket learnings that we talked about earlier, let me pull them up so that they're really easy to because if you've never done this before, it might be really hard. Set your goal, develop a plan, track your progress. Alyssa, before you were using GlossGenius, what did you use to manage this? Or did you even set goals before this tool came out?
I was a planner girly, so I have I still write everything down. That's important to me because you really do need to know your numbers, and that's I even have a profit loss book, so that's a good tip too, to just know what you're spending, expenses, and all that. But as far as that, I pretty much only had GlossGenius ever, so I don't know any of the other ones, and I don't want to know. But yeah, it's a great website and great software, and the websites always look so amazing, just so professional. I get so many compliments from my guy
What's
clients.
your website? What's your website link? I want to check it out. I want to show everybody.
Yeah. So it's alpinehaircuts.com.
Got it. This is so beautiful. Ooh, I love this theme. Oh,
yes.
That's my favorite color in the world. And I always feel like it's very serene. It's giving alpine. Yeah. This is awesome. So when you send people, you send them right to the services page so that they know what you offer. Super smart.
Absolutely. And it's really cool because I get excited when people book, and I get all the reminders and stuff, and able to show off my pictures. And
That's
at the very
awesome.
bottom is a picture of my dog.
Oh, and there's you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I have some amazing clients, and I'm so grateful.
Well, that's great. I love to hear that. If anyone else is thinking about trying GlossGenius, here's a link for you to get a free trial. If you've never tried us before, Shalana, I know that you were sharing that you're using a bunch of tools. Work smarter, not harder. Try using one tool that is all of the things that you need in one place. And I would share that with anyone, regardless if, I had this opportunity, this honor of being in front of all of you. I would say that to a friend who is in need. So if you have to think about it like that, what do you wish you would have had it when you were starting out? So thank you so much, Alyssa. I really appreciate you joining today, and thanks for being so brave. All right. I see some great chats going on right now. Heck yes, Shalana. Definitely eliminate any waste. Nobody's got time for that. Leslie, I love to hear that you needed to hear that. I'm glad that this is giving you the medicine that you needed today. And Rachel, Laura answered your question around how you can get discovered and booked on Google. Make sure you check that out. So, I hope that you found this exercise helpful. I think that there's sometimes really easy ways, even if you come up with your umbrella goal, come up with those tactics one by one, take it slow, because you always want to make sure that the goals you're creating are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. And so now for a bit of fun. We have an announcement. GlossGenius is the only platform that helps you set and reach your goals. And you have to check out our newest goal setting feature. For those of you who have never used GlossGenius, check out that link I shared earlier. Let me share it one more time just so that you have it. We also just hit 100,000 followers on Instagram. That was a huge goal for us. And now we want to celebrate your ambitions through a giveaway that we're doing. Make sure that you follow us on Instagram and check back in on Monday of next week. I have been given strict instructions to not share any more detail than that, but I will tell you that the prizes for this very special giveaway that we're doing for the whole community, and it's open to anyone who is a part of our Instagram community, it's a value of $2,500. So $2,500 worth of prizes is insane. This is the largest giveaway we've ever done. So make sure that you stay tuned and that you check it out. I have also one more giveaway for everyone who's on the call today. So in a second, I'm going to move over to this other slide so that you can take a screenshot of this. But if you are here and this is you're here with us regularly for our community events. You always know that we want to celebrate you, but we also want to get the word out that we have this amazing community that is here and ready to support you. And sometimes people just need that friend. People just need that one person to help make a difference in their life. So feel free to screenshot and take a photo of you attending today's event. You're going to share your favorite moment or your biggest takeaway and learnings, and then tag GlossGenius on Instagram. The lucky winner will win 2 free months of GlossGenius. So I did talk about 2 giveaways. Yes, I did. The first one, that's super special, biggest, ginormous thing we've ever done, happening next week. Keep an eye out for that. You're the first people to hear about it. And then the secondary one is for these amazing attendees that joined us today. I want to give you a thank you for joining us. If you take a picture and you post it on Instagram today, we will pick a winner and announce it tomorrow for the 2 free months on GlossGenius. Okay, so let's take a second and I will make myself a little, maybe not make myself a full screen. And we'll do that. I'm going to do 3, 2, 1. You can take a screenshot. You can take a picture of your screen, however you're accessing today's. Alrighty, perfect. Now you have a picture of me forever. To wrap up, I really want to thank each of you for participating in today's conversation actively. It is not easy to say you're at 0. And even if you're not at 0, maybe you're at 1, maybe you're at 5, maybe you're at 50%. Regardless of where you are, thank you for showing up. And thank you, each of you, for sharing the amazing insights and wisdom that you're currently using. I'm so excited to hear. I'm going to stay in touch with all of you so that I hear how your goals are. Now I'm committed and a part of your story. So I'm going to help keep you accountable, and we can be each other's accountability buddies. All right, let's end today's session with one word in the chat that describes how you feel walking away from this session today. Inspired, brave, yes, Alyssa, motivated, committed, determined, excited, yes. And thank you all for joining us. If you have any questions, we are hosting several more events this month. And if you want to get to know about those events, please stay tuned. We will email everyone after this one with a link to register for our future events this month. But other than that, if you have any questions, I'm going to add my email into the chat. Feel free to reach out. Thank you so much, everyone. Stay engaged, keep setting those goals, and don't hesitate to reach out to our community for support. Have a lovely day, everyone. Keep shining in all that you do.